Good evening, welcome to A Foreigner in the Philippines. Just getting myself kind of comfortable here. It's only 8 o'clock, my gosh. Sometimes when you get up very early and start and have a very busy day, 8 o'clock can seem like midnight. Well, we're pretty well recovered, still hacking a little bit, as I've mentioned in other videos. But in the main, we're back on form. I wanted to say thank you for all of the kind regards and good wishes for our well-being that have come flooding in. Thank you very much. We never take any of that for granted. We appreciate it very much that you care, and we thank you for taking the time to write in and say, get well. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Well, it's coming up now very, very close to December, and here in the Philippines they always they celebrate Christmas like months away before months before December comes, whereas in other countries they're talking about 30 and 40 days. In the Philippines it's 2 or 3 months, I think. Well, we're looking at what has been happening. I am going to do a video with Beth so that we can both give our input on what kind of a year this has been for us. We actually started our channel about 13 months ago, I think it was, and it was a very slow start. We didn't really do very much, and then after a while we began to get interested because we were enjoying making the videos. And back then all that we wanted to do was do what we thought might be the impossible and tell about our simple life on our hill. Well, things progressed very fast, and before we knew it we were doing things that we never thought would be possible. Well, of course, if it was just us, it wouldn't be possible. It's only the fact that through the portal of YouTube, we've been able to motivate or stir or emotionally affect a lot of people, and some of those people have been in a position to help, and they've wanted to. And as one of our subscribers said, I feel so helpless, but I can help you to help these people. And that's kind of how most people have been thinking, and because of that we have been empowered to help a lot of people. My friend Brian said today, he said, you have such an awesome job. In one day you can make 100 people feel great. And we had a good example of that today because we went to a school to give away a lot of the things that we've been sent in the balikbayan boxes. So Beth had done a sort-out job, and she'd come up with all kinds of stuff that we could take, and her idea was to go to a local school. And we went to this school and we gave away lots and lots of stuff. And boy, Brian is right, we have an awesome job, because those little kids came out and they just got a colouring book. It wasn't anything huge, but they were dancing up and down. It was just wonderful to see. I tell you, it was wonderful. So I really wanted to say thank you to all of those people who have supported us. If you subscribe to us, you are supporting us. If you looked at our videos, you are supporting us, because we have now been able to move into a position of some kind of power of being able to help. And so now what we do is we put the story up, and our subscribers, you see it, and you are either touched or you're not, or you want to help or you don't, and things begin to happen. So what did we achieve? I'm thinking about the John Lennon, so this is Christmas, and what have you done? Another year over, and a new year begun. That's kind of the lyric that we are thinking about. So what did we do in the last year? Well, the year before last, which is like about 14 or 15 months ago, we actually went on to GoFundMe. It was a minor success. We were able to get into a lot of debt, I can tell you, because we started the project and didn't really have the money to complete, but we still started it on a leap of faith, as we've now come to term it. And we built a road, which is still a problem because we haven't been able to put up the money to do it properly. But we built a road. You can get a car, albeit very difficult. You can get a car along that, and prior to that you could not do it. And we built a bridge, and the bridge is terrific. So that was kind of our start of us doing stuff. And then when we started, we said, well, wouldn't it be great if we just made videos and put them up on YouTube? We never really thought about anything about money. We never thought about return. We never thought about what we could help people with. That all came later, and because of that, I'm just moving a cable here because I can see that one of the cats is deciding it would be a good plaything. Well, just looking at what we did, and I say we, but actually I mean you. This is what you did. In that time of us being on YouTube, you have helped us to build 21 houses for people who were almost without hope of ever having even a roof over their head, as you will have seen on the blind man's house, which we are about to start soon. That's house number 22. And I wonder if I can see this without my glasses. But anyway, so 21 houses. Some of those houses we just came in and helped to finish. Some of them we built from scratch. We knocked the old house down, and we were able to do that because of you. And I'm going to be saying that a lot in reading this list, because it is because of you that we were able to do it. So 21 houses, and one of those houses, for the little community that was isolated, we put in a sari store. So that averages, actually amazingly, it averages about one house every 3 weeks. Can you imagine that? We've managed to build, change, remodel, finish 21 houses. One house every 3 weeks. Every 3 weeks. So we've also dug 2 wells, and we've put pumps in on those 2 wells. One of the wells was already dug by Manorado, but he couldn't get a pump. We were able to do that. You enabled us to do that, and so we brought we brought water to his house so that he could better cope with his disabled son, who is autistic, severely so. So what else? Well, one of the wells was at Ubay, which was at the Sari store community, and we managed to bring water from the well to something like, I think, between 5 and 7 houses. Don't have such a good memory for figures, but I pretty well on. When I'm in doubt, then I give you a rough idea of a figure. So 7 families on that community now have they have water, and we built 4 houses in there alone. Now, a church, we first got to that particular community by going to their church, and it was, I've forgotten the denomination now, but we called them the singing, dancing congregation, because when we went there, the absolute joy that we saw them do just brought tears to my eyes. I'd never been influenced by someone's belief in quite such a way. And so from there we told that story, and we mentioned that they didn't have enough Bibles, that they had so little. They only had, I think, 1.5 walls to their church. No end wall, no front door. They had a roof and a concrete base floor, and that was what they celebrated their church. So, lo and behold, you sent Bibles, you sent money for benches, and you sent money for construction. In fact, I think you sent something like 25,000 pesos, which we were able to make a video of our giving that to the pastor, and they then went on and did a lot more construction work. So, well, we finished the 4 Square church. Now, with the 4 Square church, there's a little bit of controversy on this, because it wasn't just us who contributed to that. Beth had contributed as other people had contributed prior to my ever meeting her, because she had a job. And she helped out because her brother is the pastor of the 4 Square Gospel Church. And not just our subscribers, but the subscribers from another channel, and I'm sure that if you've been following this channel for very long, you will know what I'm talking about. It wasn't just us. A lot of other subscribers were responsible for getting this church to where we could come in and finish it. So that's what happened. But that was what went on. So, as I said, we built a road and we built a bridge, and we helped a lot of people medically. For some reasons, people started coming to us for medical reasons. We didn't win all of them. One was a lady that had been diagnosed and treated for cancer of the breast. Very poor, tiny little house with a family, and we always just put the story up, and then it's up to our subscribers to subscribe to gift money to those people that they are touched by. And whether it be the timing or whatever the circumstance, or maybe it just wasn't meant to be, we lost her and she died. So that was a disappointment. We had another disappointment with a young woman called Nisa, who had TB, which had spread into her bones, and we showed pictures on Facebook and on our videos of how badly she was infected by this disease. Well, we got her right to the night before, and then she decided, I think mainly for religious reasons, she decided that she wasn't going to go ahead with it. So that was off. All of the money that had been donated to her was donated for her operation, and in fairness to the people who had given that money, we didn't do anything with that until we were instructed what to do. And people unanimously said that the money that was left, those of the subscribers that could claim that the money was left, that was something that they had sent, and we knew exactly who had sent what, they said, use it for someone else who needs it more. So that's what we did, and we went on to build houses. So then we helped someone. Well, we had another controversial operation that we helped, and that was Marife's mother. and we came up, through our subscribers, we came up with all of the money for that operation, which was in excess of, I believe, of 100,000 pesos. And she made the video with us thanking our subscribers, and that was that. For us, that was that. So there was another couple who came to us for kidney stone operations, and they'd been sold by a private hospital 150,000, just 150,000, which was like saying 150 million for them. So we moved in and we told their story, and it turned out that when Beth had done her miracle work at the hospital, where she negotiates, navigates the system so very well, we managed to get that operation for nothing in a public hospital. So that was great there. So there's another boy that we're kind of struggling right on the brink of losing, winning, and that is Michael the diabetic, because he's struggling with his Filipino heritage and his love of rice, which is absolutely the wrong thing for him as a diabetic. Well, we're still struggling with that. We're going to be going to see him fairly soon. Then there was another young man called Dennis, and Dennis had an enormous tumour in his upper thigh, which had gone right up and was in danger of spreading into the groin. And he's been told that he must have an operation if he's to survive. And so far we haven't been pushing him, but he said through his girlfriend that he's not quite ready to take that decision, which we respect. So there was another young woman who had a terrible skin complaint, and we were able to help her. We took her to a dermatologist, and when the dermatologist, it's interesting, when the dermatologist found out that we were simply someone who was trying to help and that we did a YouTube channel and so on, he didn't want to be videoed, but he did one thing which was wonderful. When we went out to pay his fee, he had waived his fee and he did his consultation for nothing. I thought that that was great. So we've helped, let me see, we helped lovely May through a little scare that she had on a cyst in one of her breasts, and we took her to the hospital. We got the tests and all of that, again obviously thanks to you, and it turned out that everything was fine on that. And we had the same thing with Beth, who found some nodes in her groin that worried us like mad for a while, and then that turned out to be good news as well. So everything was fine on that. Right, we have helped Desiree. Desiree was the girl that was suffering from MS, and she was crippled. So she was a crippled Filipina beauty, and we moved in, and she was the first house that we built. We built a house for her, and then we got her to a neurologist in Tagbilaran, and right now it's pending whether she wants to go and have the treatment that that neurologist said that she should have. She has been on some kind of medication and she's been making gains, which is really great. Through her and her case, we put an ad onto, well, a little declaration, a statement onto our channel, and said, if anybody's got a spare wheelchair, we know someone that can really use it, and we'll pay for it. Well, Mike from, I think, My Philippine Journey, Mike, he's a well-known blogger, and he immediately wrote to us and he sent us Larry Malley's phone number, and said Larry Malley would probably be able to help you. And we got in touch with Larry Malley. We went along to see him. He runs an incredible mission called Medical Mission Matters, in which he has helped probably thousands of children with cleft palate problems. And he gathers his team of of volunteer surgeons. It was funny because he said, just coincidentally, they're all ladies and they're all beautiful. So we went along and we saw Larry Murray. We met him, had a chat with him, and he presented us with a nice cardboard box with a brand new wheelchair in it, which we gave to Desiree. So, what else? So we must have had about 20 or more, possibly more, Balikbayan boxes. And we're actually in the process now of giving away half of those, but there's something like another, I mean, it varies from day to day. It can be 5 which are waiting in Manila, and then something happens, and then there's 3 waiting in Manila, but it looks like about 5 probably are on the way, and we got to get moving and get our the ones that we have given away. Now I've got to speed up a bit because I'm seeing here 21 minutes, which is probably a little too long for you. So we did first experiences for kids. We took them to church, we gave them ice cream, we gave them a trip to McDonald's, we gave them their first experience in a nice restaurant. We took them to Alturas, several different ones. We took to Alturas and bought them nice new dresses and t-shirts and shorts. What else? Quickly. Restaurants, we bought 4 bikes for some kids. We did some rice giveaways, plus some other food, taking them out to some of the small barangays villages which are close to us, arriving unannounced. We had lots and lots of incredible guests staying at the guest house that we built next to our house. We built the guest house. It's free for people to come and stay if they're interested in seeing what we do, and there have been lots who have done that. We met Sandman Steve. We called him the Sandman because he was interested in giving people a good night's sleep in memory of a lady that he loved and lost from the Philippines. And Sandman Steve has bought many mattresses which we have been the messengers of. We've delivered them to various people who are now getting a better night's sleep, and on that I hope that you will get a good night's sleep, or that you've had a good night's sleep. And this is A Foreigner in the Philippines. I've been taking you a walk through some of the things that we've done in 1 year. One little joke that somebody made: the social services out here in the Philippines is called the DSWD. Don't ask me what that stands for, because I'll be so it's the DSWD, it's the social services. And somebody jokes and said, T&B, Terence and Beth, congratulations, you've completed more projects in the last year than the DSWD. That was a nice compliment. Thank you very much. We only did it because of our subscribers. That has to be clear. Thank you so much for all of the work, all of the gifts that you've sent, everything that you've done to support us with your goodwill, with your encouragement, with your we're behind you, with your best wishes in the last year. And we thank you. And we're going to be doing a Christmas special. Watch out for it. And even though you've never done me any harm, I'm going to sing. This is A Foreigner in the Philippines. Bye for now.